We begin in the world of Somnia, a place suspended in eternal twilight, wrapped in layers of luminous fog and dotted with broken towers. The sky is still and pale, and above the world hang massive floating bells. They drift like clouds, tolling every 100 years to test if the world is safe again. But this isn't the ringing of bells. No, this is the ringing of tombs. For this is a graveyard of memories, a mausoleum of dreams. Time is long stopped here. Thousands upon thousands of people rest encased in translucent pods. Some are alone, some in groups. Some are lying down, others sitting upright, frozen in mid-action, and yet none appear alone. Every human here is connected to another, linked by invisible threads spun from moonlight and starlight, from the fabric of dreams. The only sign of life in this spectral landscape comes from the enormous floating bells. When they ring, the pods react, shimmering with an internal light, then falling silent when the sound fades away. We see two such bells tolling above a row of sleeping figures, but this time something is different. One of the pods shudders violently like a bird trapped in its final moments. The pod cracks and webs, and with a final hiss of escaping steam, it opens. Out falls a teenage boy onto the cold ground, gasping for air. He looks around him wildly, panic flickering across his face. The boy coughs and staggers to his feet. He doesn't understand where he is or how he got there. The only clue to his origins is a name scrawled on the palm of his hand, faded as watercolors, a whisper of his former self. His name is Kael, though he doesn't know it yet. As the minutes pass, he notices the rows of sleeping figures, all alike and all different, all turned away from him, except one. He approaches it slowly, fear giving way to curiosity. He runs his fingers along the cold surface of the pod, is cold like marble, smooth and featureless like polished bone. He turns it gently, and as it rotates, he sees lines of writing and an image that resembles music notes carved into the side. On instinct, he begins to hum the tune, and as he does so, the entire row of pods shimmers and glows red, then falling silent when his song ends, as if this world responds to music. But he's not alone for long. From above, a girl falls, pale and trembling. She wears clothes like a Victorian nightgown. She lands softly and stands up, brushing herself off. Her name is Lina, and though she remembers nothing clearly, she stares at Kael with wide, knowing eyes. "I know you," she whispers. "I saw you in my dream. You were singing to me." She takes his hand and squeezes it. "Sing, please. Sing again." Together, Kael and Lina discover the truth of Somnia. They are inside a suspended world built to contain the last remnants of humanity. A century before, the world had collapsed. War, climate failure, and digital ruin, consuming civilization. Rather than perish, humanity launched Project Somnia, a global dream state meant to preserve consciousness and protect what was left. The floating bells serve as regulators. Each toll wakes one sleeper chosen at random every 100 years to check if the world is safe again. But the experiment went awry. Somehow some sleepers remembered more than others. Each retained a fragment of a song that predates Somnia, a melody designed as a key to unlock memory and perhaps the system itself. Their voices harmonized by instinct. As they sing the bits they recall, something astonishing happens. More pods begin to flicker with light. The air changes. Life begins to stir around them. They are not the only ones who have woken. From the shadows, strange beings manifest. They coil, ooze, and writhe. Some are faceless. Some bear partial human features. All are born of darkness, seemingly animated by the sound of singing.
Ow.
They glide closer, whispering from the dark. Sleep is peace. Memory is pain. They attack Kael and Lina not out of malice, but out of duty to preserve the dream that protects the sleepers from a broken world. But Kael and Lina refuse to run. They will not be cowed. They continue to sing. And as they do so, the melody builds in power. Attackers become confused, then retreat into the shadows, dissolving into wisps of black smoke. Taking advantage of their momentary distraction, Kael and Lina flee. Traveling through the ruins of a great city, they come across an old mural that depicts the creation of Somnia. They learn that their world is maintained by an unseen force from afar, a bell that hangs somewhere in the heart of the world. If they can reach it, they might be able to understand Somnia better, perhaps even end it. They soon find their first major obstacle. A pair of colossal hands made of mist erupt from the earth and crush a bell. At their base, Kael and Lina find inscriptions in a long-forgotten language which guides them in how to navigate the dreaming world. With this knowledge, Kael uses the inscription to lull the hands to sleep. They soon come across a fork in the road, both paths guarded by towering statues. Once more, the inscriptions help them, guiding them to the proper note to lure the guardian forwards, revealing a secret passage behind its legs. At last, they arrive in the sanctuary of a decaying observatory. Here, the mural shows scientists activating the dream and placing the first sleepers inside. There are records here too, fragments of code left behind by the ancients, which allows them to access a holographic archive. There, they watch a recording of their past lives. Kael was once a dissident, a musician who opposed Project Somnia. He believed people had the right to face the real world, however ruined it was. Lina was a composer who had joined the project out of desperation until she met Kael. He sang her one last song as the dream consumed them both. Somehow that melody survived. But as the dreamers watch the recordings, they feel a presence, an echo of the past lingering in the archive. It is Aaron, Kael's older brother. Aaron, now fused with the dream itself, speaks to them not just with words but with emotion, vision, and music. He tells them that Somnia was not meant to be forever, but the world outside has not healed. In fact, it may no longer exist at all. If they wake everyone, they may be bringing them back into nothing. And so Aaron offers them one final chance. Stay in the dream. Let the world rest. Forget. But Lina shakes her head. Without memory, she whispers, "There's no meaning in peace." Kael and Lina stand before the central bell and sing the completed melody, broken verses made whole. Sorrow and joy intertwined. Their harmony echoes through the fog, and for the first time in centuries, the great bell rings out in full. Shakes the sky. The sound spreads across Somnia. Pods everywhere begin to glow and open. Humans of all ages awaken with gasps and cries. The fog begins to lift. Trees bloom again. Water flows. The world shifts not back to what it was, but forward into something new. Kael and Lina stand at the edge of the tower as the sunrise breaks through the clouds for the first time in living memory. Below them, people step into the light. The dream has ended, but life has begun again. Kael closes his eyes, breathes deeply, and says, "Now the real dream begins." Thank you all for watching. My team and I put our entire heart and souls into Olympus. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been able to share that with you. Thank you for watching, commenting, sharing, translating, creating, streaming, and loving on this series. This channel would not be possible without all of you. Especially want to thank our supporters whose names you can see on screen right now. To those of you who are leaving comments to say goodbye, don't worry, this isn't the end. I'm just moving on to my next big project, and I'd love for you to come along with me. I'll see you in the next video.